Okay, so for this assignment, I've actually typed out a paper, or well, not typed out a paper, I wrote out a paper of all the questions that were listed on our prompt to make sure that I cover all of the areas. It's for our week 2 discussion, or not our week 2 discussion, our week 2 journal, excuse me, for week 2 journal. So for this assignment, we are asked to review the course learning objectives related to the NAEYC professional standards and competencies and CA California early childhood educator competencies. There are a couple of questions that we're told to either go over, write down, make sure that you cover within the video. So I did write them down. I provided answers. I've also written down notes, making sure that I try to cover each of those aspects. So from here I'll start, and I hope that I cover each of the parts, and I hope that the video does work out in the sense that it does make sense for this journal entry. So first one is, how do you feel they relate to your current and future role as an early care and educator role? So I referred back to the summary of the NAEYC standards for initial early childhood and professional preparation programs, where I covered 1A, where is knowing and understanding young children's characteristics and needs from birth through 8. In this, I feel that it relates to my current and future role because of professional growth. I worked at in-shape health clubs previously for about 3-4 years. It's been about 3-4 years since then, and so I worked there a total of 3-4 years. And this is where it seems more as a daycare, but it's actually called the Kids Club. But this is where you really get to learn about the child themselves. You're not learning about the child in a school setting. In a school setting, they're following strict structure. You're following a schedule. There are reprimands for any certain behaviors, so you don't get to see the true side of a child. But those 3-4 years helped me so much in learning more about the child themselves. So when a child was acting up per se, it wasn't because of school. It wasn't because they had a strict teacher. It was because they had a really bad day, and you get to know more about that child and their personality, which goes back to the 1A that I listed. Number 2, what questions or concerns do you have? Recently, I feel like one of the concerns that I have, even just as in my professional field, is learning about autism signs for children that have autism. Is this covered under ECED programs and classes? Is it provided? Is it learned? Is it covered? And also, within the early Head Start programs, preschool programs, do early childhood professional staff provide intervention or provide anything where we check for signs that may show that the child has autism? So going to number 3, which is the back of the page. So again, if I'm looking down, I apologize, it's from my notes. What are you looking to get out of this course? More help and information, valuable input, as well as output to provide for others who may and may not have had much experience in diverse surroundings. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like recently I've been meeting more people who don't have the correct communication or understanding of diverse situations. So sometimes what's said, I'm kind of like, well, that could have been said in a different way, better and with better understanding, just due to communication. So especially when working with diverse communities, you have to learn how to communicate and make sure that there's a deep understanding and a very thorough understanding of where the staff is coming from when speaking to a parent, guardian, or anybody else, as well as children. What experiences, so this is number 4, I apologize. Number 4, what experiences and expertise do you have that you feel you will contribute to the learning communities in this course? So this is where I want to follow with professional growth. This professional growth in particular is working in the school systems, learning about structure and following a schedule. Sometimes what I had learned previously through other courses at the junior college, at the Modesto Junior College to be particular, but to be specific, is that children can do well if they don't always have a schedule. But I feel like from my professional growth and the expertise and experience that I have, is that children do a lot better when they have balance and they know what they're going to be doing every day But when the teacher, there are off lazy days where there's an assembly or anything else where the teacher explains that, hey, today it's actually going to be a different day. So it's okay if we don't get to do math in the morning, we're going to change that to the end of the day. But you explain it to the children that our schedule is going to be a little different, then they know what's going to happen. They know what to expect. So I hope I covered all 4 of our questions that we had today. And thank you for watching. Bye.